Hello, I'm Ragnarok, and welcome to the Reckoning. So today we are doing the Age of Calamitous mod for Conan Exiles game, Materials Part 3, or Part 4, I guess, depending on if you how you name my videos. But so far we've done the plants and herbs video, we've done an ores and metals video, and we've done the gems video. So technically we've done 3 videos on the Age of Calamitous specific mods, or Age of Calamitous mod specific items. And now we are doing one on the miscellaneous or other items of the Age of Calamitous mod. So we're going to go over the most common ones, things like the unstable substance, blood of the devil bear, and such, and a couple things that maybe are a little less common, but still kind of hard to figure out or find. So we're going to go over, as always, we're going to show a couple of the places and maybe some of the easiest ways to get said mats. And maybe we'll show a couple extras also other than that. We're on a single player server, as we usually do for the YouTube videos, and the rates are 1 times, so the vanilla rates. So what I get here should be what you get. Other than that, let's take a look. Okay, so the next substance we're going to talk about, or the first substance we're going to talk about, is the unstable substance. It's a pretty common substance that you're going to need a lot of throughout your gameplay. It comes into play a little bit more mid game, but there are some early game uses for it. Now, the easiest way to get the unstable substance is going to be kill corrupted, or the old name scourge creatures. Best way to tell what a scourge or corrupted creature is any Age of Calamitous creature that has like tarry or black skin, or is basically fully black or tarry, whatever. And the other way is when you kill them, they give off a green cloud. If you stand that cloud, you get Elric and Plague stacks, and you lose life or die. If you get the full stacks, you're gonna die. That is the best way to tell if something is corrupted. Now, if I look in the loot of all these creatures, there is no unstable substance. You have to use a skinning knife. That is the tool requirement. Now, it doesn't matter if it's vanilla or if it is a Age of Calamitous specific. Now, I'm going to use a star metal one right there. There's your unstable substance. It looks like that. Nice green. Now, if I use the Cranixium one, I get a lot more. Now, obviously, Cranixium has a higher harvest rate than the star metal. However, if you use a Virion or a Cranixium, which is right here, Virion is at, there it is, level 95, and Cranixium skinning knife is at level 110. So if you use either of these two, you'll get a 25% increase in harvesting. So you'll actually get 25% more than the skinning knife would give if it wasn't Cranixium or Virion. So definitely, once you're at that level, make sure you make those two if you're trying to get a lot of unstable substance. Otherwise, any skinning knife will work, but you have to use a skinning knife. So here's another corrupted creature. This is the actual or the corrupted hound. I'm just gonna kill it real quick. Again, if I get close to it, there you go. There's your Elric and Plague. So that's how I know it is a corrupted creature. I'm going to pull out my skinning knife, and there you go. There's my unstable substance. So I'm not going to bother showing on the map. Corrupted creatures are the entire map. They're everywhere. There's different types. There's the corrupted bunnies, and the corrupted wolves, the corrupted snakes, and corrupted Vangul grunts. They're pretty much everywhere in the game. If they give off the plague, skin them. You'll get unstable substance. You will need a lot of it. Make sure you use a skinning knife. The last place to get unstable substance is you can get it from plague meteors. Plague meteors specifically fall in the unnamed city, usually in this side over here. A lot of times I'll find them on the pillars. I'm not going to bother showing them in the video. We've actually shown them in a couple other videos, but they look the same as the star metal nodes. You have to use explosives to crack them open. You have to, in that instance though, you have to use a pick to get the unstable substance. And you'll have to use a Cranixium pick. So make sure you have that. Make sure you blow it open. Be careful, because when you blow them open, they actually give off the plague. But you will get a good amount of unstable substance from them. So the next one we're going to go over is Ectoplasm. This one I get asked a lot. So Ectoplasm is a specific crafted material that is needed usually mid to late game, but however, it is also needed early game for the Felgarth and Elvenor factions. So it becomes a little bit more, people are looking for it. And actually, Elvenor and Felgarth specifically actually require a good amount of this stuff to craft a lot of their items. Now, ectoplasm will only drop from undeads or spectral beings, so basically anything not of this world, not alive. The most common and best ways to get the ectoplasm is these guys right here. So it's these skeleton looking guys, Age of Calamitous. They're black. They have fire blue eyes. They're not alive. When you kill them, they will not give off the Elric plague, so these are not for unstable substance. However, be careful. These guys have recently had some buffs and modifications, so they're a lot harder. Now I'm going to kill one so we don't have to keep following him. See? No plague. Now in the inventory, nothing. Just like the other ones, you have to use the skinning knife to get it. And there you go, 1 ectoplasm. Now, you will only get 1 ectoplasm per skin if you're on a vanilla rated server. Another common place to get ectoplasm, funny or not, is actually the Scourge Bunny, or the Corrupted Bunny. Now, this is a corrupted creature, so you will also get unstable substance. It will give off the Elric plague. This is the bane of a lot of our existences if you've been playing the Age of Calamitous mod a lot, because they're small, they die really easy, and you could be fighting a Scourge Wolf right here, and not realize the bunny attacks you. I'm in cloaked mode, that's why it's not attacking me. And kill it really easy. And then before you realize you killed the bunny and it's given off the plague, you already have like 7 stacks of the plague on you and you die. So these things are death. Now we're just going to kill it real quick. It's going to give off the plague. However, I'm going to use my skinning knife on it. And I got both another ectoplasm and unstable substance. So another place to get the ectoplasm is the Reapers, the Scourge Reapers. Now, this might change because the corrupted creatures should only really give unstable substance because they give off the Elric plague, and then the ectoplasm should technically come from the undead spectral beings. So I don't know how much longer the corrupted creatures that I'm going to show are going to have ectoplasm, but for now they have ectoplasm. So you look for these guys. They spawn all throughout the unnamed city. You also get some of them in the jungle. Kill them. They do give off the plague. The cool thing, skinning knife. And there's your 1 ectoplasm and a crap load of unstable substance. We actually get a lot of unstable from them. Okay, so the last place to mention is for ectoplasm is the Wraith. Now, this is located over here. It is in the Lockstone Cave. The main reason why I don't always show this one is because the Wraith is actually a really hard boss. We did go over him in a previous video in the October, I think it was the 25th patch notes. If you kill him, and we take out our nice little dagger. As you see, no ectoplasm. But, as you can see, 111 ectoplasm. Now, that's with a Crinixium knife. Just be aware of that. But he does give a lot of ectoplasm. So, he probably would be the single easiest way to farm ectoplasm. However, he is one of the, I'd say, the top 5 bosses in the game. Well, top 6. He's definitely in the top 6 bosses in the game. So he can be tough. He used to be a lot easier with his new abilities and stuff like that. He's a little harder, but once you do him and learn his tricks, it's pretty easy. But just note, probably the single best place to get ectoplasm from him. But again, he is a boss, so be careful. So another place to get ectoplasm. Now, you're only going to be able to get this in a certain scenario. So this is the actual easiest way to get ectoplasm. The best suggestion I can have is if you need ectoplasm because you chose Elvenor, you're going to have to wait till level 50, I believe it is. Maybe 55, I forget. We're going to find out in about 2 seconds. If you're not Elvenor, find someone in your server that's Elvenor, trade with them. Give them something really good, like a bunch of diamonds or whatever. Have them make you a couple of these items. So if you go to the actual Elvenor faction, if we go to the level 50, so it is 50, feat, we learn this feat right here, the Ancient Arts. We're looking for this one right here, Spiritual Siphoning. Now, this is actually made in the enchanting table. We've gone over the requirements for this before. But what it does is we're going to kill this guy right here. We're going to bring out a normal knife. Well, actually, let's use the Crinixium one. We're going to skin him. As you can see, hide, human flesh, 10 coins. Whoop-de-doo. We're going to go over this one right here. And we're going to use the Spiritual Siphoning, which is this item right here, Spiritual Siphoning. It's a tool we put in inventory. As you can see, our hand is now glowing like we have like a imaginary dagger. We're going to use that on the corpse. And we get the same items before, a lot less of them. But we also get 1 ectoplasm. So what this does is this acts like a skinning knife, like kind of like the same as the tools used from the religious temples for the vanilla religions. When you use those items on a human NPC corpse, you will get the whatever religious token you need, like the 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 heart or the soul or whatever. So per and this have you can do this with any NPC in the game, so any humanoid NPC. So whether it's vanilla or an Age of Calamitous faction NPC, doesn't really matter. If you use the spiritual siphon on them, you will get 1 ectoplasm per NPC corpse. So this is the best way to do it. Now, granted, one of these is not. This has 50 durability. I just used it once. I lost 3 durability. The durability rates on that I'm playing on should be vanilla, I believe, but they would most likely be different on your server. So you may lose less or more. Either way, this is not an infinite item. It's no different than this, except for this is going to last a lot less long. I mean, roughly at this rate, we're only going to get what, like 15 ectoplasm before it actually breaks. So the next resource we're going to look at is the blood of the devil bear. Now I'm going to go up to this one. I killed that one over there just so it doesn't get far away from me. This is what the devil bear cub is. This is the little baby cubs. We're going to kill it real quick. As you can see, this is an Age of Calamitous creature. Pretty tough. There is actually a purge that actually has them, as well as the spotted Skargoth, which is the big dude, the big guy boss, and the 2 other mini bosses in it. So you could actually get a lot of blood of the devil bear, but blood of the devil bear only comes from these creatures as far as the natural spawn. The way you get it is that as you can see, nothing in the inventory. We're going to take out skinning knife in this one. There you go. I got 1 blood of the devil bear. Now, if I use a Cranixium or a Virian cleaver, and I would always use a cleaver regardless, I got 2 blood of the devil bears and a devil bear cub head. Now, the reason I say I use a cleaver, now if I use like a star metal cleaver, I would get 1 blood and the head. The Virian or the Cranixium will give you a +1, so you'll get an extra blood of the devil bear just because I used this specific cleaver. Now, so you'd be like, oh, okay, that's the same as the skinning knife. Why don't I just use the skinning knife? I don't want the meat, I want the hides. The reason is if you take the devil bear cub head and you put it in the fluid press, you will get more blood of the devil bear. Now, if you take the spawn of Skargoth head and put it in the fluid press, I think you get like something like 20 or 25. So the cleaver is going to give you heads. You're always going to get heads with cleavers. You're never going to get heads with skinning knives. If you have the Cranixium or Virian, you definitely want to use the cleaver because you're always going to get +1. So you're more apt to get more blood of the devil bear if you use a cleaver than a skinning knife. So I would do that. If you don't have a use for the heads are really cool, but I mean, once you get like a handful of them in your base, they're pretty massive. What are you going to need more for? So you might as well use it for the blood. Okay, so this is the spawn of Skargoth. This is the big daddy bear or the big boss bear, whatever. This dude is massive. I know a lot of people say this is the mama bear. It's not. It's a dude. That is confirmed from the lore. But this is a big bear. It's not going to get up for me because I am in cloaked mode. However, this thing is massive. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game. I would say it's probably in the top like 5. Where's this guy comes? This is one of the cubs. Here's that bear. Now, the reason I'm showing this is 2 reasons. For the blood of the devil bear, and the last thing we're going to talk about in the video, which is remains. So, we're going to use the cleaver on the cub. We got the 2 in the head again, so we know the head turns into 3, so we'd have 5, right? If we use this Cranixium cleaver. Now, with this one, we're actually going to take these chests, too, because sometimes the chest will have some blood in it. We use a cleaver. We got 2. Let's put down a fluid press. So we got the 2 because we're using a Cranixium. We're going to put the head in there. And we got our 25. So as you can see, you get a lot of blood of the devil bear. You can ignore the relics. Let's open up these puppies just to see what we get. Oh, we got some unstable substance. So I'll make sure you open the chests that drop in the Age of Calamitous bosses. Some of the chests will drop blood of the devil bear, gems, unstable substance, ectoplasm, stuff like that. So you never really know. Now, the last thing I want to show you is remains. You will only get remains or the actual creature itself if you use a cleaver. You have to use cleaver. Now, the devil bear cub, this one's not like the remains. Like if you, I think the spider, the corrupted spider actually has remains. It's like a spider remain. It's kind of similar to the head, but it's not a head. This one's actually a decoration. But I do get asked a lot, where do you get the devil bear cub, or where do you get the spider remains, or this or that. The reason you're going to need these things is because if you go to feats and we go into seal light, the very bottom, there's new pets. So the devil bear pet itself requires the devil bear cub that I just showed you. So you actually have to make sure you get that cub from the scourge of the spawn of Skargoth. For the hound and the mammoth, you just need the heads. So use a cleaver, you'll get the scourge hound head. Use the mammoth, you get the mammoth head. You'll use that. If you use the cleaver on the corrupted spider, you're gonna get the spider remains. That is required to make one of the statues. So some of the statues require remains or heads to make them. So you just need to use a cleaver for that, and you just go to the appropriate being. Okay, so that will cover that for that video. We went over the Age of Calamitous miscellaneous mats. Hopefully these are items that are pretty common, and there's not a lot of material on where to get them or how to get them. Like I said, pretty much all these mats are going to come from Age of Calamitous creatures, specifically, unless obviously you have the spiritual siphoning for the Ectoplasm. You can get those from any NPC. But otherwise, mainly get them from any creature. Also be aware that a lot of these mats will drop naturally from Age of Calamitous bosses, so you will get unstable substances, blood of the devil bear. You may get those as natural drops or in chests, like legendary or whatever the higher chests are. I always forget the names of all the different chests, but if you go around killing all the Age of Calamitous mini bosses and bosses, you're probably gonna find yourself with a good amount of these mats, if not a lot of these mats. Also, there are certain bosses that will randomly give a lot of like unstable substance, for example, because they drop like 6 of the chests. It's all RNG though, so you're not guaranteed. The ones I've shown you are pretty much guaranteed if you use a skinning knife or a cleaver. Make sure you use the appropriate tool. If you use like a pickaxe or a pick on the bear cubs, you will not get blood of the devil bear. You have to use a skinning knife or a cleaver. Cleaver for the best return on mats, as far as, and also to get the head, so you can put that in a fluid press. Make sure if you do get these remains or these heads, you check out to see what requires them. Like I said, there are a lot of statues, like the devil bear cub item you get that can be used to actually get the devil bear cub pet, but you can also use it to make the statue. The statue is actually really cool. It's massive, but you need that item to make the statue. So make sure you hold on to it before you throw in the fluid press. If you have no interest in it, or you've seen it before and you're like, I'm not making that, then throw in the fluid press. You'll get more, whatever you need from it. Same with the on these, like the scourge or the corrupted creatures, you throw their heads in a fluid press, you're going to get more unstable substance. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, that'll be for the video. I appreciate it. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments or anything else that I went in the video that maybe wasn't clear on or showed where it was, put it in the comment section below. We have a bunch of other videos coming out soon. This one, like I said, is coming out pretty fast after the video we just released yesterday. So hit that sub button so you can get notified when the next video gets dropped as soon as it gets dropped. Also want to give a special shout out to our elite Patreons. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. And if you're interested in being part of the elite Patreon, check the link in the description below. Also, if you want to support the channel in other ways, we do stream on Twitch and have a Discord channel with an amazing people and some Conan servers that we can play on. Links for both of those are in the description below. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, fear the reckoning.